Hello. How are you? I'm Gabby.
And I am David Bryan, Gabby's dad.
That's the truth. And ain't that the truth? And you are wearing a spectacular look that I just love. Do you want to plug the glasses really quick?
Jacques-Marie Mage.
And you want to do a partnership with them?
Yes. If you're watching out there, the folks at Jacques-Marie Mage, I love the glasses. You could tell every episode, I now have another pair for the next episode.
Yes.
I'm going to rock. So
I'm going to rock.
So you better send them in.
Yeah, please do a collab with DBX Jacques.
I can't spell it. Jacques-Marie Mage.
Jacques-Marie Mage. I want the same thing, but with Sweet Green. So Sweet Green, if you're listening, I want free salads for life. I will eat them on the pod while he wears those glasses. It's going to be amazing. Speaking of the pod, this is Let Me Ask My Dad podcast.
And this is number
12.
12.
12, one of my favorite numbers. 12, 24, 36.
Backwards is 21.
Really? You don't say.
Smart like that.
How are you?
I'm very good on a sunny day in New York City.
It is a sunny day. I showed up here literally pouring sweat, and now I've cooled down. Isn't that interesting?
Thank you for cooling down.
You're welcome. And you didn't hit any traffic on the way here, so we're actually both in a great mood.
Yeah, I was here for like an hour early, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Well, you should have just walked around and bought some fake bags in Chinatown.
I was window shopping for my car.
It's real, and there's some good stuff on the street. It's very difficult for me to enter this building without looking at all the fake stuff.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, it's actually really, really toxic for me. This is episode 12. This is another variety pack episode of different questions.
Bring it on.
No theme. And as always, we start with a Brian-specific question. And it's for me.
I'll just sit idly by.
Uh-oh. Looks like it's just for me. Gabby, what was the subject you asked your dad for advice about the most? Oh my God. I mean, we covered this a lot in the last episode, but it's really a lot of mechanical advice. With my car I am so good at a computer. Give me a computer, I'll take it apart, I'll put it back together. Give me a camera, don't even worry. I'll have it handled. I look at my car and I see a question mark on wheels. I have no idea what's going on. Every time he makes me open the hood and tells me what every single thing is, yes, all I hear is zing in my head. For some reason, I'm not Sydney Sweeney. I can't be a car girl. I can't get it on lock. I don't get it. And I won't. Because guess what? You can't be good at everything.
You're car challenged.
I'm car challenged.
Car knowledge challenged.
Yes.
And maybe a little driving of it too.
And the driving part, I don't got that either.
So it's basically Uber. What you should do is Uber your life.
I know, but I love driving around my little Barbie Jeep.
Yes.
Around New York City, because people are always shocked. That being said, every single time I've ever driven anyone home, people walk up to my car, walk down the street to my car, and they go, "That's your car," because I guess I look like I drive a Jeep Wrangler.
See, it's a cool car. That's why I got it for you.
Okay, Barbie, let's go, Barbie.
We should paint it pink.
Yeah, so I ask a lot of car advice. It's really not asking advice. I just send pictures and videos, and I go, I'm freaking out.
Why is this on?
Why is this on? What does this mean? Why is it on again? I'm always like, I was just at the mechanic. Why is this on again? And you go, Gabby, things break.
It's a mechanic. It's a machine. That's why you need a mechanic to fix the machine. There's a lot of letters are in the same thing.
That's true. I also would say I ask you every contract I've ever gotten, I send it to you.
Yes, and I read it.
I say, you read this. I'm not even this doesn't feel like my problem. You read that, you're a Jew.
Yeah, we know how to do that stuff.
You do that. Health stuff.
Yes.
A lot of, speaking of being Jewish, there's always something falling apart on
Challenges,
each of us.
Yes.
So I go, my throat hurts. What do I take? I have a hangover. What do I take? I have a headache. What do I take and how much of it do I take?
And I help all the time.
Yeah.
Because I know, because I went to pre-med for 2 years, so I'm.
I don't think it's that anymore. I'm going to be honest with you.
You think it's just life?
I think there's a hair on you. I think it's not, it has almost nothing to do with your
Medical history. It's just
Medical
my own
history.
It's probably just
You've
my own
been
experience.
sick so much. Of everything you could possibly get in this life, you have gotten. So that's where your knowledge comes from. Why don't you talk about the time you went to Mexico and got that?
South America, that was.
Oh.
No, what I should be the poster boy for Tylenol. It should have my picture on it.
Yeah. Talk about what happened to you.
I got Giardia. Exactly. That is from. It's a bug that's in your guts.
Uh-huh.
So I was down in there and I ate things not to do outside of the country. Here's good advice.
Yep.
When you're not in our country,
yep.
Don't drink. Obviously, you can't drink the water. People know that. Don't drink the water. Don't drink the ice cubes because the ice cube is water in another way.
You'll never guess this. It's
Right.
also water.
It's crazy. It's a frozen water product. And then salads. Because you know what they do?
Wash
They
them in
wash
water.
the salads with
Water.
water. That's what got me.
That's what got you. And you got a stomach eating parasite and then you almost died.
Yes, put me in the hospital. Really good for weight loss. I was 140 pounds. I looked like a supermodel. At that point. It was excellent. I was like a stick on wheels. And I survived that, though.
You also found out that you had you were living with malaria for
I still
like
have it.
20 years.
I still have it.
He just got a blood test one day and he's like, oh, looks like I've always had malaria.
It kind of goes dormant. I got it somewhere in the world because being a worldwide touring band, I managed to get up every disease that there is around the world, which is good. So it just lies dormant. And then it comes out a little bit and you're supposed to, when it comes out, then you have to go to the hospital. The doctor's like, go to the hospital and they spin your blood and then they give you this medicine to kill it.
And you were like, no.
I'm like, well, just give me the fucking medicine to kill it, right?
Yeah.
It hides too good.
It hides too good. When I went and lived in Africa for a month, long story, I had to take the malaria pills.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know this, but when you take the malaria pills, they give you crazy dreams, like night terrors. So the entire trip, all of us would wake up in the middle, because I was staying in a commune. And all of us would wake up in the middle of the night covered in sweat, being like, a parrot was wearing my face and I was in Tokyo. And it was the crazy, all of us would wake up at
It wasn't the
breakfast
bong
having-
hits, you sure?
No, I don't do bong.
Or
I'm too
kawasha
beautiful.
or kashkwasha, some kind of thing. They do that. Ashkenazi or whatever. There's something with the,
Ashkenazi.
there's
I did a
something-
hit of Ashkenazi out of a bong, out of an apple. Okay, we're going into questions.
Okay, go. I'm ready.
Question 1. My husband and I are Gen X parents of a Gen Z daughter. My deepest condolences.
Oh.
Who recently received her driver's permit.
Ooh.
Almost every drive with her ends in a blowout because she won't listen. And sometimes I literally feel like we are going to die. Any advice? Wow, we're really on a car moment right now.
I have the easiest advice.
What?
2 words. Driving school.
Oh, yeah. Pass it on to someone else.
Pass that. Let them die. You don't want to put your life at risk.
True. Why are you First of all, you should never teach your kids anything. You hire people to teach them stuff. That's why we make the big bucks. Okay.
Exactly. I think you had to in your year. They had the driving school. You couldn't even. You had to go to a driving school to get
This just brought me back in time.
home. Chicka-digga-diggy, home.
The guy who taught me how to drive, my driving school instructor, I get in the car, everything in his car is duct taped together. Especially the, what's this called?
Shifter thing.
The shifter thing? It can't be called the shifter
It's
thing.
called the shifter.
The shift. It was completely duct taped together. The windshield duct tape. Okay.
How much should I pay for that?
I don't know. This was obviously your fault somehow. This guy was an alien wearing human skin, if I had to guess. He was absolutely unreachable. Okay. And as we all know, driving school, you're in the car for like 5 hours with this guy.
Yeah, you have a lot of hours.
And it sort of beautifully lined up with the hurricane in New Jersey. So he taught us how to drive in an active hurricane.
That's hands-on training.
Yes. So you'd think as a parent of said child, maybe we cancel the driving school because
Tough it out.
there's an active
This is learning.
hurricane happening.
It's called a learning moment.
Right. But instead, I was left in this man's car alone, this alien that was duct taped together.
Was he wearing duct tape
I'm sure he
too?
was duct taped together as well during an active hurricane. So yeah, I totaled my car after that. What the fuck do you expect?
I gave you, this is on the job training, OTT, on the job training. I think I got that wrong.
You did.
On the
There's
job
a J
training.
in there somewhere. So here's what I'll have to say. I'm actually going to say not driving to school because you never know what Dementor is going to show up in some weird spaceship in your driveway. Gen X and Gen Z, you know what these two generations have in common in a beautiful way is that Gen X, that's sort of nirvana. That's the counterculture to boomers, right? They were the rebels. They were the sort of like goth ones who wore eyeliner and...
This is after my generation.
This is you're a boomer through and through. 80s was like tits, cocaine, fucking sparkles. Everyone's in spandex. Like they were lunatics. So, you know, the pendulum swings and then the next generation is always the opposite. So they were like, goth is not the word I'm looking for. Grunge.
There he is.
Gen X is grunge. And then after Gen X is millennial, which is us. Perfect. Adorable.
In the middle. So the pendulum was that way, then it went that way. So you're
back,
like
and
right to normal.
Millennial goes back to normal. We're all kind of cute. And we love like we love Sims and we love the recessions. And, you know, we're just normal. We had 9/11. Shout out. So that went back sort of like boomers, like millennials and boomers are similar. And then it went back to Gen Z, back to a counterculture. The world is against us, you know, turn to, we don't trust the government, turn to social media to rebel. Like, how do we have our own voice? So it's actually sort of beautiful in a way. The Gen X and Gen Z, you have a lot in common, like millennials and boomers. So I think you find a way to connect over your shared
frightening driving experience.
Yes, your shared chaos. There is a chaos in those two generations. So if you could figure out how to not have a blowout and sort of let her lead for a little bit, you have to let each other lead. This is a teenage girl. You're never going to win. You're never going to win.
No, if you can't beat them, join them, as they say.
Exactly. So she has to make her own mistakes. If you die in a car with your child, at least you all die together.
And it was her mistake. At least for eternity, you could yell at her on the other side.
Exactly.
Thanks for killing your family, you wise-ass little kid who didn't go to driving school.
Yep.
There you go.
Done. I think that was honestly a beautiful reading on generations.
And also, if it's close your eyes a lot. I think that's another good piece of advice.
Yeah, just text and let her kill you. Who cares?
Yeah, just look down.
Question 2. How can I get my boyfriend to flex me on his social media? Do you know what flex me means?
I know flex a muscle.
Nope. Think more in the abstract.
How
do I get my boyfriend to flex me on his social media? What do you think that means?
I have no fucking idea.
You got it.
Flex
Get a little
me.
analytical. It's SATs.
Okay, wait, let me think.
How do I get my boyfriend to flex me on his social media?
Like a flex plan is like something
No,
where
it's not contractual.
No, I'm close. Flex tubing where it gets bigger.
Nope. It has nothing to do with typing in any way. Flex me on his social media. How do I get my boyfriend to flex me on his social media? It's right there.
Put you on his social media.
In what way?
Ad.
Yes, because.
Oh, because you so he's not, so you're together.
Yes, brag.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yes.
That's
like you
flex?
brag, like when you flex about something, you brag.
Oh, okay, brag. Why with the new word? Why can't you say brag?
I don't know. This new generation speaks in riddles. They're like bridge trolls.
So it means she's insecure because she wants him to put her on the social media to show all the other girls that's
He's
my
taken.
guy.
Yes.
And he doesn't want to do it because he wants another girl.
Well,
Potentially. That's what she thinks.
Let's read the rest because she's starting
That's
to get
her flex
scared.
situation.
Yes. It's a flex 1 bedroom. How can I get my boyfriend to flex me on his social media? We've been in a relationship for 6 months. He said he doesn't like to post anything, but I am only asking him to post me on his IG story. He posts on his IG story sometimes. He posted his friends, but not me. Please help, in all caps. This is such a young problem. Like what do you have to say about
First,
this?
I would have to ask, is that 6 months in a row? Was it a month? Was
Good
it off?
question.
Was it in? That's all in a row.
Yes.
It's new.
Yep.
So obviously she's insecure.
She's insecure. But also, this is a very...
And he could be a liar.
This is... Potentially. This is very like in the 1920s when you would get someone's pin and that was like, oh, that's your, you weren't alive then, but I'm just trying to find something you would relate to.
I didn't get anybody's pin.
Were you around for the pinning thing?
No, I missed it.
Okay. How do I bring that into the 80s? You guys, none of you really did anything like
Well, there was no such thing as social media, and you wouldn't.
You gave them the Letterman jacket?
If you had like a picture of you and your girlfriend or anything, you would just like pull it out of a wallet and show it to somebody. I mean, that's
like your grandbabies. Like, would you put it in your locker? Maybe is that a sign?
In high school.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, in high school, that was your ownership of your chick.
Yes. Well, don't say it like that.
That's how we said it.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. I regret asking you that.
Why, chick is bad?
Well, the ownership was the issue at hand.
Oh, not ownership. It's you're going out steady.
Yes, going out steady, which brings us back to the pin.
Or you would wear the ring on the chain. That was the other thing.
What ring?
Like the high school. So when you were a senior, you got your high school senior ring.
Uh-huh.
So if you wore her ring on your chain.
That's feeling more your generation.
Yes.
Because it's very North Jersey. You all had a chain.
And you had a ring because you had to get one when you were in high school.
We didn't get them.
Because they were useless by your age. You had Instagram and all the other weird.
That's true. So bring us back into the modern day. Being shared on a man's Instagram story is like, it's called a hard launch.
A what? A hard launch?
There's a soft launch and a hard launch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that would be yes.
Soft launch is Instagram story, is a soft launch.
Like and then it's gone.
Yeah.
How long does the story last?
A day.
That's it?
1 day.
From when you do it, 24 hours?
Yes. 24 hours, exactly.
It count? How does it know?
Jeff Bezos.
Oh, he knows.
Oh, wait, no, that's not him. Mark Zuckerberg.
He knows it all?
He knows what he's doing.
Wow.
He has the world wrapped around his little finger.
His metaverse.
Yes. So so she's asking for a soft launch. A hard launch is like an Instagram feed post. That's serious. Okay.
That means I'm here.
This is my girlfriend.
Right.
So she's just sort of begging I think this is a red flag in my opinion. 6 months is a long time. 6 months is a long time. If this is like a monogamous 6 months, not like you started going on dates and then whatever.
Yeah, are you going steady, as we would say?
Yes, exactly. What's that Grease song?
What?
I'm going steady. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Never mind. So I think this is a red flag. I think he wants to keep his reputation clean in that if another girl comes along. If another girl comes his way, there's no proof. There's no hard proof that you're his girl.
Smells like a rat.
And smells like a rat, looks like a rat, walks like a rat, okay?
Probably
a rat. I think you have a conversation with him, drink one martini. You know, we're a big fan of
drink.
Loosening up the conversation, situation.
Oil up the car first.
Exactly right. Drink a martini. One martini, in my opinion, gets you just drunk enough. Okay,
enough to talk.
Enough to talk. If you drink one more, you're on the floor.
You've talked too much.
Yeah, exactly. So drink one martini and say, "Hey, I just want you to know, when you don't put me on your Instagram story, it makes me feel like you're hiding me." ... Don't say anything. Don't assume his behavior. Just say that's what that makes me feel like the situation is.
Therapy.
Can you tell? I'm a child of divorce.
Exactly.
And then
I feel when you do this,
I feel this way, and this is how I perceive the situation.
God, how much did that cost me?
So much money, and it's also your fault. You break it, you buy it.
Exactly.
So leave the floor, and then leave him on the floor, and see what he has to say.
I like that advice.
Yeah. And then if he says, I can't imagine what his rebuttal would be of like, oh, I only want to post landscapes because I'm a photographer, break up.
Or he doesn't know, I didn't know how you do that on Instagram.
Yeah, then he's
too old.
Exactly. Then he's a boomer. And
you shouldn't be dating old people like that.
If he doesn't, goddamn, immediately take a picture of you with that martini and shoot it on his Instagram story, break up.
Yes, I'd see ya.
He's not to be trusted. And from this verbiage, I'm assuming you're young. This is giving 24, in my opinion. There's so much life left to live. And if a man doesn't immediately want to post you.
Yeah. Boom.
Next.
I can imagine when I was a kid saying, they don't want to post me. fuck does that mean?
Like on a bulletin board?
Yeah, or something like on a telephone pole, I'm missing. You know what I mean?
On a milk carton? Anything? I can't get anything? I'm not even hot enough to be a missing girl on a milk carton?
Nothing.
That sucks.
God.
Okay, quick last one.
Okay.
Oh, this
now
is
that
for
we
you.
ruined that relationship, let's go to the next one.
Sorry. If one of your children is dating someone you don't like, would you tell your child or would you keep it to yourself? Ooh, I'm curious about this. That's a you question.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of variables like what you don't like about, but yes, I think you immediately say, I don't like that. I don't like him or her. I don't like them or everybody.
I don't think we've ever dated me or Colton dated anyone you didn't like. Really?
No.
But we actually, every time we're in relationships, we're all good at maybe Colton's not good at this at all, actually. But I am.
Well, we could talk behind his back, so let's do it.
Yeah. Colton, I'm serious. I got 2 words for you. Go fuck yourself. That's 3 words.
Wasn't me. Don't blame me.
Anytime I'm in relationship struggles, we end up sitting on the kitchen island and we talk about it.
Yes.
You, Lexi. But that's because I'm an open book, honey. So I think if he's like a drug addict, then
it depends how bad.
Yeah. If she's in duress, then tell her, of course. If he's an asshole, maybe say, I noticed some things he said that I wouldn't let dad say to me.
Special. I've investigated his special qualities.
Yes,
something
that seemed
like that.
interesting.
Right, and it seems like he's a dickhead. So
and he's
run
a dickhead.
away.
I'm also so used to we were the only non-Italians growing up, so I'm so used to like the Italian moms that we grew up with being like, I think your boyfriend's a fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah.
He's disrespectful. He sits at my table in my house, and he doesn't respect me in the way that I should be respected. So that's what I've always seen growing up.
Which is perfect. Yes.
Which works.
Yes, and in our household, it's just like, hey, want to eat?
Yeah.
Want something to eat? Want something to drink? Don't go in the room alone.
Yeah. Lord knows I broke that rule.
I know. Liar.
And I would say,
unless you're Italian.
If you're Italian, do what you do.
Yes.
And do what you do so well.
Exactly.
And if you're not Italian, find that middle ground. You know, I'm learning that families really don't communicate. I'm learning that as I get older. We talk too much.
That's why.
So much so that we had to get it on air.
That's why the cottage industry of shrinks happened.
Yeah.
Because it's like, boom, but nobody talked to each other. And my parents and their parents, there was like, don't talk till you're talked to. That's it. You can't talk until you're talked to and asked to talk.
Oh, don't speak unless you're spoken to.
Exactly. Like here's a steaming hot cup of shut the fuck up. It's like,
you
don't
probably
say
should have
anything.
given me a little bit of that. I mean, I cannot close this trap. I'm like, this is what my therapist said.
Like that validates it. No.
Yeah. Well, any last thoughts?
No, we're just saving lives, one at a time, saving relationships.
I don't think we did any of that.
Today we attempted. What's that? It was 3 lives we ruined.
I think the first one was about kids. Kid driving. I think we sort of helped that.
If they live when the kid probably crashes into a tree and kills the whole family. So
that feels life or death, our bad.
Right. Sorry.
Second one, they're going to break up.
Obviously.
Yeah. And third one, it's your kid, so do whatever you want.
Yeah. You say something, don't say something, you're still going to have a kid. Actually, you know what the answer for that one is?
What?
Rule by the wallet.
That's so evil.
Always rule by the wallet.
Go into that.
Whether you like it or not, like, hey, can we go out with your money? Hey, I need to go over here. Can I get $20? Not with him.
I'm so happy I got you a job.
I know.
Jesus, that was a close call.
That's how we do it. Until they're a certain age, that's what you can do. Like up to 17, until you get a job, you can always rule your kids with money.
Yeah, I think it's up to 50, 55. That's fine with me. Cool. Okay. Problem solved. You're all welcome. This has been an episode of Let Me Ask My Dad podcast. I'm Gabby. That's David Bryan, if you can imagine. And please submit your questions to letmeaskmydadpod@gmail.com. And we will save your life. And don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and go on our social media. Bye.
Subscribe. Gabby is my girl.
Daddy is my dad.
We play together, we sing together. Together we will